Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LeadTrain Launch Webinar Series, Episode 5. Today, we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at the pricing strategy and launch schedule for LeadTrain. We'll also give you exclusive tips on how to save money with your LeadTrain account. So welcome. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Jordan McKee.
And I am Kyle Hill.
And thanks for being with us today. We have a ton to go over. This feels different than the rest of the series, I think, because we're really getting down to crunch time. I know we're all feeling it here in the LeadTrain office as we're trying to get ready and make sure that everything is polished and working as we're coming closer to launch time. But I think that this episode truly has that feel like things are coming close.
Yeah, it's getting real. It is getting real.
So with that, let's get right into it. Do you have anything else you want to add before we get going?
No, I think people just want to know what we got up our sleeves.
All right, so let's go for it. A quick recap of the episodes. I know that many of you have gotten all caught up. I've seen all the episodes because of the Learn and Earn promotion. But we're going to catch those of you up who haven't seen the webinar episodes yet. So in episode 1, the why of LeadTrain, we brought you on a journey down memory lane. We shared a glimpse of all of the years of research that have gone into creating LeadTrain, as well as our vision with you of creating a resource that will simplify your life and improve your effectiveness.
And then in episode 2, we talked more of the what of LeadTrain. We gave you your first look at what you'll be getting with LeadTrain. An episode outlined the tools that we're developing and the major problems that they help you to solve.
In episode 3, the how of LeadTrain, part 1, we showed you how LeadTrain will help you to find, teach, and enroll.
And then episode 4, the how of LeadTrain part 2, we showed you how LeadTrain will help you in your team and help you to manage help you manage them.
So we are now in episode 5, which is the how much and the when of LeadTrain. I think that this, for heaven's sakes, let's hope, is the last episode that is the why, what, how, when, where. I think we're running out of descriptive words to use there. So this is the how much and the when of LeadTrain. It's going to answer a lot of the questions that you've been asking about how much is this going to cost and when can I start. I can't tell you how fun it is to get these emails and Facebook messages of people talking about how they're on board the LeadTrain and they're ready to get going. And
when is this thing leaving the station?
That's right. We're excited, and it's coming up. It's coming up real quick. So tonight's going to be fun as we can share these things with you. A quick overview. Today, we're going to talk about the software pricing strategy. We thought rather than just giving you the price, we've been very transparent in all of our decisions thus far, even down to the decision of our name. So I think it only makes sense to be transparent in what led to the decision of the price point that we've decided on. After that, we're going to talk more about the launch schedule, when things are going to start coming and when you can get in. And we're going to finish off with the best way to get an account, a one-time offer that we're presenting here on this webinar. So let's get going. So having now released several products and several different online tools and trainings, pricing is an issue that comes up a lot. How much should we charge for what we've created? It turns out that there's a lot of other developers that have the same question. And they're to the point that there's entire books written on software pricing strategies. And there's just dozens of blog posts and YouTube videos. There's just all sorts of content just on the idea of pricing your software, which, if you've never done that before, is pretty interesting to know that it's such a big topic. So what we thought is we would give you a look at the industry standard and what people are setting as the benchmarks to set their software pricing. And then we'll give you a better look at how we decided to do things here at LeadTrain. So it seems that the most accepted principles in pricing your software have to do with these 3 points. What is the objective value of the product? What is the perceived value of the product? And what is the value that I want to communicate through pricing my product? What we're going to do now is we're going to break down each of these things one at a time to help you find for yourself what you believe the objective value of LeadTrain is, the perceived value of LeadTrain, and the value that we're trying to communicate through our pricing.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is the objective value. And the objective value of a product is how much it is actually worth to the customer, so to you. And this value includes development time as well as the amount of hours that you save by using LeadTrain. So think of all the time spent figuring out what to do. You can also think about the time that you spend creating social images, the time you spend on figuring out logins and logging into several different tools, Hootsuite, Infusionsoft, Aweber. We do this all the time. And I bet in our day alone, we have to remind each other of their passwords because there's so many things to remember, all the different logins.
And you know, it's like this, the number one point there, time spent figuring out what to do. That may seem like a little thing, but I think that honestly, that is probably the biggest killer of time on this list is people finally, you know, there's a lot of people working dōTERRA that only do it part-time and working any network marketing business for that matter. And when they finally get the time to work on their business and focus on their business, they sit down, they open up their emails and they think, well, guess I'll answer my emails because I'm not sure what else to do, you know, and they answer the emails and it's like, okay, well, what should I do now? You know, maybe I'll make some more samples. And so just trying to figure out what to do and what you should be focusing on is a huge killer of time, not to mention effectiveness.
Exactly. And then that leads to the second point, which you talked about is, maybe you think after doing emails, I'll go jump on Facebook or Twitter and see how I can help my team or promote a product or try and find some new leads. And then what do? Do you just write some text, or you think maybe I'll create an image
or browse through Google trying to look or steal an image from somebody else?
Browse Pinterest. And if you are creating your own, you know how time consuming that really is. And like Jordan said, down to the fourth point, time spent answering emails. Once you decide to do it, we all know how much of a time suck that can be. Answering emails, responding to those, it's very crucial, but we're just the time commitment to be able to do that is huge. And the next one is close to my heart, time spent developing a website. So for all of you who have tried to do that, have done it, I'm there with you. Even though I do this every day, it takes a lot of time. And so that's why you're not only spending a lot of time, but spending a lot of money for someone else to do it.
Well, yeah. And you know what? It doesn't, we've built many websites for many people. And there's some clients that we work for that they're so busy that developing a website will take months, even though we're doing the development work, right? Because they just don't have the time. And so they sit down and finally they get some time and they think about content, or they think about look and feel, or they think about what they want it to do or what they want it to say. And it's just so interesting that even when you're not the developer, there's a huge amount of time it takes to build a functional quality website.
A ton of time. And like Jordan said, that we can't emphasize that enough, just how much time it takes, every one of these points. And the next one would be time spent creating a marketing funnel. And Jordan, you know all about this.
Yeah, you said developing a website is close to your heart. Marketing funnel is close to mine because there's so many of us that are acting in our network marketing business and we're not even sure what we're doing. We're just running around, we're chickens with our heads cut off. We're just, or dogs chasing cars, we're just not quite sure what we're doing. And so sometimes we think, okay, well, I'm going to set up a systematic option. Well, you've got some leaders who take months and years to develop systems, and the system doesn't work for everybody. And so then you try to develop your own, which can take lots of time, let alone implementing these things. And then when you think about an effective marketing funnel, you should be getting analytics. So you should be able to see How effective am I being at those that I'm inviting to classes? How many have I invited to classes? How many have I enrolled? There's all these different questions that come into play, and it's all part of that marketing funnel sequence.
And the last point, something we've talked about before, is doing the same things over and over and over again. And it could be any of these bullet points listed above, specifically the one Jordan just talked about. A marketing funnel is meant to help you systematize how you get in new leads and helping them, advance to the enrollment process. And if you don't have that in place, you're doing the same thing over and over, calling people, following up with them, and doing all the monotonous things that you have to do to get them to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just that. It's like, how many times have we sent the exact same email 5 different times, maybe even to the same person, let alone 5 different times to 5 different people? There's all sorts of repetition that goes on there, let alone, okay, where is that Tuesday tip-off image that I'm looking for, the one that I use every Tuesday, or, every Thursday I'm on my team call and it's this repeated, but I'm trying to figure out my schedule, different things like this, that it's just things that happen over and over again. And yet it takes, the same amount of time every time. It does not get easier.
Yeah. And one quick story I want to add to this is I got an email this last week from a business partner user who's interested in LeadTrain and was giving us some feedback and some ideas for tools, because they were so fed up with every time that they get a new enrollee, she was going through the effort of going out, buying a flash drive specific for that person, finding all the resources, loading it onto the flash drive, and mailing it out to this person every time. And she said, this is not only taking time, but also money, resources. And we're amazed at that. And we know that there are other examples of this. And so it's a problem that we're definitely solving. And you'll see that in the upcoming slides as well. And so if you could total all of these hours together, what would be their worth to you? Because LeadTrain is going to give you all of this time back.
You talk in life and in finances about buyer's remorse and spending, and a lot of the times you can't get your money back. But that's the idea here, is LeadTrain is going to refund all this time spent. So gather that together. What is it worth? And like we said, objective value is not just about time. So it will save you time, but what are the other direct cost benefits? What about professional business consulting as you're trained on how to be more effective? So not only are you given tools that simplify tasks, but you're given strategies that improve your effectiveness in those tasks. Well, what about professionally designed images that you can share and post as you wish? Not only are you saving the time of creating the image, but you're getting a professionally designed image. So you've got to think about the cost, what that would cost if you were going to hire a designer and a developer. And what about the professionally designed interfaces that house your events and your personal information that prompt people to learn more or to request a sample? That's right. We've created a website substitute for you. So it's not just the cost of a website or the time it takes to develop, but what about having it done for you professionally with no time? It taking you no time at all, no extra thought, no extra effort. What about professionally written content that's proven to bring results? So not only are you not spending the time writing the content, but it's professionally written and it's tested. These are big results. These are big things. And so when you look at this, what we're really looking at is you've got your time saved, you've got professional services, you've got increased effectiveness, and you've got development costs, just to name a few. Because you can't forget the development costs, that we have a full team of developers working full-time on this, trying to create a tool that's going to make your life easier. So how do they get paid? Well, they get paid from us. So you've got to remember that there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in overhead being put in. And that adds to the objective value of the product. So when you think about that, okay, how much time am I saving? Plus, time saving times the amount that my time is worth towards me, right? Plus, how much would I pay for these professional services? Plus, how much is it worth to me to increase my effectiveness by X amount? Plus, the development costs in order to create this product. You're starting to see that LeadTrain objective value is huge. It is through the roof. It is an extremely valuable product. So now that we've talked a little bit about objective value, let's talk about what often is the more important mark. It's the perceived value, how much it's worth to you.
And so the perceived value, let's think about this. How much do you feel a tool is worth that requires the following? Years of study and experience. We're like Jordan said, we put not only our expertise in the years of dōTERRA development, marketing, strategy, all of that bundled into one whole, I guess. And so all the years of studying, the experiences have gone into that. Not to mention the months of development, not to mention the years that have gone into the business partner as well. And so this is adding on to that as well. And as Jordan said, again, the hundreds of thousands of dollars in overhead, because we believe that this tool will help you and you cannot afford not to have it, as well as the thousands of man hours put in by all of us, the whole team here at LeadTrain, and most of all, the patents to protect the new technology, because this is amazing stuff that we're going to protect to make sure that you have something that's going to be protected for many, many years.
So if those are the basic requirements, that's pretty big right there. But perceived value goes even farther, and a lot of the time it's based on comparison to other products, things that you're familiar with. So how much do you feel a tool is worth that has similar functionality to Hootsuite? Hootsuite's a social sharing account, lets you schedule posts, and but it doesn't give you a library of posts to choose from like we do, and they charge $9.99 a month. Well, what about Aweber? Aweber is home to some great skills in automating your email services. It's a service that we used for some time. Well, what if we give that for you, and we give you pre-written emails, professionally written, that you can customize for yourself? For a big email list, Aweber is going to cost well over $100 a month. What about Infusionsoft that creates marketing sequences to help you close and help you to see and improve the effectiveness of your business? What if we did that and we focus it on your business, not just business in general, but your business specifically? Well, they're charging a huge upfront fee to get started for setup, plus $200+ a month. Same thing with inside sales. It's the similar idea. Help you increase your effectiveness, help you increase conversions. Well, what if we give you landing pages and sale pages that have been professionally designed to get you results, and the emails that work with that sequence? Well, inside sales costs a startup fee plus $125 a month. What about lead pages? We're giving you these landing pages to help you close deals. Well, that's what Lead Pages does, but they charge $30+ a month. Well, what about NetSuite CRM? We give you a place to manage all of your leads and all of your contacts. Well, they're one of the best CRMs out there, and we do a lot of the things similar, except ours are specific to your industry. Well, they charge $99+ a month. Not to mention the free tools that we can do many of the same things as, such as Eventbrite, MailChimp, Google Analytics, etc., and many, many more. So when you look at this is not only are all these skills of these businesses, many of which we could add together, and so it's like, okay, we do a lot of the things Hootsuite does, plus Aweber, plus Infusionsoft. You're looking at an astronomical monthly price, right? But all of these things are now in one place, one login, right? One password. Just that alone, right? What's that worth? It's like I can't tell you how many passwords we have flying around. I honestly, I can't tell you because I have no idea. We have too many passwords flying around.
And because they're passwords and he can't tell you what the password is.
That's right.
Because it's secret.
So we developed these specifically for your business. So when you look at this, you know, what is your perceived value? So how much is it worth to you to have more time, more confidence, better tools, better support, more hope, and better results? And this is something that you can only answer for yourself. What is your perceived value? Our perceived value is that's a very valuable product.
Yeah, and we pay for many of the tools on the previous page, trying helping our business to grow. And the thing I wanted to mention is that you buy those tools for those steep prices, but you still have to do all the work to set up the marketing sequence. Jordan has to go in and set all that stuff up, and I have to connect all the websites. And it's amazing they work, but it takes so much time, so much effort. And it goes back to the first point. How much is your time really worth to you? And now what is the perceived value of all of this combined into one?
I think Kyle made an interesting point there. And I don't think we hit on it strong enough in the fact that we are canceling our accounts for a lot of different things because of tools that we are developing. So I hope you understand that. This is not just something that we think, okay, we'll throw something else out there, but we'll keep using our professional services. No, we are getting rid of professional services because ours are better. And so I want to make sure that that's clear. It's easier to use. It applies better to the business that we are running, just like it'll apply better to the business that you're running.
And so the last point applies mostly to us, but the concept is that price reflects a message that you're trying to communicate. So for example, a $1 pizza is assumed to not be as premium as a $100 pizza. And so I guess this is our stance. LeadTrain is a high value product that is supported by trained professionals and updated frequently. If there is a way to simplify your life or improve your effectiveness, then we are working on it. And that's our stance. If that's what we're all about, is obviously simplifying your life, providing the most amazing tools backed by the best team that we can provide, and then listening to you. That's our stance and will always be our stance. Is Jordan always says, we work for you. And we're going to make sure that that continues well into LeadTrain. And so the tools, as we continue to develop them, we want you to give you your feedback and let us know what you would like to see and what else we can build for you.
So we discussed the objective value. I'm running over the cord here on the charger. I'm stuck. All right. We've discussed the objective value, which I think we've decided pretty unanimously that there's a high objective value. A lot of money that went into this, a lot of time that's saved, a lot of value taken from it. We discussed the perceived value, which we'd love to hear your feedback on, but our perceived value is this is industry changing. This is extremely valuable to anybody growing a network marketing business. And we've discussed the value that we want to communicate. And I think that value is we're a high value product that works specifically and provides expert support for our customers. You know, we answer emails at a ridiculously fast pace, and as well as Facebook messages, blog comments. I love to see we have so many people from our team answering blog comments that, there's hardly a chance for the comment to sit there before it's got 1 or 2 responses from members of the LeadTrain team. So overall, I think that you can see that we've created an incredibly valuable product, a product that is so good, that I feel we could name almost any price and it would be fair. I think that we could stand up there next to the Infusionsoft's and next to the inside sales and say, this is going to cost you $100 a month, $150 a month, $300 a month. But there was one value that all these software pricing studies did not account for. And it was the one value that guides almost every decision that we make here at LeadTrain. And that, of course, is that we value you. We believe that we work for the most incredible market in the world. We believe that you are good people with real desires to improve the world, to improve your life, to improve your health, and improve your financial status. We truly believe in you. We're proud of you. We want to see you be successful. As we see new people step into this market, we want them to keep that hope and to really see the results that they're fighting and that they're working for. Because of our belief in you, we've worked hard. We've worked really hard to make sure that LeadTrain is not only a tool that you cannot afford to miss. It is so good that we truly believe that anyone building a network marketing business would be doing a disservice to their business by not using it. But not only that, we've worked incredibly hard to make sure that it is a tool that any business builder can afford. Any business builder. So without further ado, here's your first look at the LeadTrain prices. A LeadTrain subscription for a monthly subscription costs $25 a month. For a yearly subscription, it costs $250 for a year. And so you get 2 months free. We looked at this price and thought, not only is this incredibly fair for all the things that we're offering, but it's reasonable for anybody who's growing a dōTERRA business. We thought that that was pretty good, that we did a pretty good job, but it wasn't good enough for us. We don't like pretty good. We like great. And so we moved farther than that. We looked at the LeadTrain challenge. And the idea behind this, and Kyle, you can talk about this with me, is that we were confident in our product. We had thought about, there's different software products that offer trial periods and different things like that. We didn't want to offer a trial period because this tool wasn't built for those that are just, casually messing around. This was built for business builders. This was built for people who are trying to grow a new income and trying to grow a new life. And so we wanted to give a challenge instead of a trial. So what does that look like, Kyle? Kind of walk us through that a little bit.
So the challenge is that we're confident in our product and we know that it's going to revolutionize and help the way that you do business. And so we're going to give you a 30-day sprint is what we're calling it to put it to the test. And so what's going to happen is 30 days free that we want you to get in and actually use it and fully use it. Invest your time and your energy into this one tool so that you can see it work for you. Because we are confident that if you do this, you spend the 30 days and actually do it, put in your leads, put in your team, follow up with them, get them going through these sequences and using the social tools and all the tools that we've already talked about, you're going to see it that, well before the 30 days, if you're using it, that it is well worth that $25.
Not to mention that your business will be growing and
already. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you stick with this, my hope would be in this challenge period, it gives you a little bit of a buffer. So what do? You start to build momentum in your business and it starts moving and it starts getting ready. And by the end of that period, that $25 is looking like a pretty sweet deal. So we looked at this and we thought, okay, $25 a month plus we'll give them a 30-day sprint, a 30-day challenge to get their momentum going, to get the business really moving for them. And so it's an even easier transition. You don't have to worry about, is it going to work? You've proven it. You've proven it in the challenge. This was good. It is pretty good. But there were some people that we felt responsible for looking out for. There are some people that have shown a great faith in us And we wanted to show that that has not gone unnoticed. So in order to show that our appreciation, we are happy to announce that all Growdo business partner users that signed up before July of 2015 will maintain the same price that they are currently paying as long as they maintain an active account. So whatever you signed up with, that price, you'll get to continue at that same price point with LeadTrain. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to fret about the changing prices. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for making the development of this tool possible. And thank you for believing in us when it was early. And you know, you may have had no reason to believe in us. We are very grateful. And I hope that as you look at the emails and the messages that we get of people telling us that this has been an answer to their prayers, and that this is going to revolutionize their business, and that this is exactly what they've been waiting for. I hope that there's a peace in your heart that feels like you made this all possible, because you did. And we are truly grateful for all of your support. So to take a look at our launch schedule now, we're now in July, and right now we're full board on isolated resource testing. And so basically what that means is we want to make sure that everything is as user-friendly as it can be. And so we're taking out the skeleton basically of the software we've created a piece at a time, and we're showing it to different people via Skype and live in-person communications. And what we're doing is we're seeing how easy it is for them to perform different tasks. That way we can really make sure that by the time it gets to launch date, you're getting a product that is simple and that works for you. That's very user-friendly. So that's going on right now. If you're interested in being a part of that testing, getting in and giving us feedback, making sure that button placement and different actions are looking like they should, or as simple as they should be, please contact us. Our contact will be at the end of this webinar. Please send us a Facebook message or an email or something, because the more help we can get, the better this is going to be formed to fit your business. Then come August, so next month, we're going to get into the paid beta group. This is a group of individuals who are going to be the first to be able to use a almost fully functioning LeadTrain. So at that point, we'll be making the final look and feel. They'll help us put the frosting on the cake and make sure that this is the best tool for your market. And then come September, right after that, it's launch time. So as you can see, that's why the intensity is so high. Things are coming quick, and we are going to have people in using LeadTrain next month. Next month. So do you want to be one of those people? I guess is the question, is do you want to be in that select group of paid beta testers? And why would you want to? Well, what if we told you that there was a way that you and your teammates could get the best deal that we are ever going to offer? The best deal that we will offer at LeadTrain. We are going to give you a way to get 50% off, as well as you're going to have such a good voice, because we're going to be working with this beta group to understand the little tweaks and changes that we can make come launch time, and the bigger tools that we can continue to develop beyond launch time. So here's the deal. The best deal you can get. We'll be allowing 150 people to get in early, to get their LeadTrain account in order to help us test and get feedback. That's that paid beta group. Only 150 accounts. Okay, we have thousands of people that we communicate with, and there's only 150 accounts. So what does this mean? It means you need to act fast. I would recommend acting tonight, especially if you want to get your team on there as well. So these people will get 1 year with LeadTrain for only $150. So you're getting 1 year for the cost of only 6 months. That's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It is a great deal, and there will not be a better deal. So if you're like me and you're thinking, oh, well, this deal will probably come around again, it won't. It won't. This is the one time that you're going to get this offer this good. And so if you're interested and you want to get in here and you want your teammates to get in here, visit leadtrain.com/earlybird. And you want to make sure you get here. Again, it's going to be worth your time, and your feedback is really going to help us to get this tool nailed down before launch.
Yeah. So just to reiterate that 150, the early bird is $150 for that year. And what you get is early access before anyone else to work with us and to help us make sure that this tool is exactly what you want. Not to mention the better pricing. So you're not only getting it before everyone else, but you're getting $150, which is way better than what anyone else will ever get again. We had a little bit of a problem here, but
I think
we're all right. So there you go. $150. That's awesome.
It's a great deal.
And it's not going to last very long. Like Gordon said, act fast. Make sure that you're one of those 150 so that you can work with us directly.
So third time's a charm, 150 people, $150 that gets you a year, and you get in a month before everyone else. And you get a little bit of a louder voice because it's a more intimate audience than when we launched to the full group. So visit leadtrain.com/earlybird and share that with your team as well, because there's going to be sharing options. Share that with your team so you can make sure that as much of your team is there. So this tool is form-fitting for your business. So as always, please give us your feedback. We hope that you've enjoyed this. We hope that this price has brought a little bit of peace to your heart, and understanding all that this is going to do has maybe built some confidence as well. Please let us know what you think. Contact us on Facebook. Email us at info@leadtrain.com. You can also look us up at Twitter and Instagram at the handle @lead_train. So we're excited to hear from you. We're excited to launch. Payment for the early bird pricing opens now. And so if you're interested, go now and you can get started and save yourself a spot. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of LeadTrain Nation, and have a wonderful day.